Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 11th of March 2025. So US stocks slumped amid economic tariff concerns and obviously the CPI numbers that are due out tomorrow as well are a bit more of a concern as well. All major indices suffered firm losses, with Nasdaq the worst hit as it posted its largest daily decline since 2022 amid underperformance in tech and communications. How quickly things can change, eh? Nasdaq sees worst day since 2022 as fears over US economy rise. I've said in the alert, I just don't understand the tariff situation at all. All it's going to do is create further inflation and animosity and acrimony between different countries. It just doesn't make any sense. But there you go. This is Trump for you. Trump fails to rule out a recession, probably wants one. Lutnick says Trump will not ease up on fentanyl-related tariffs. Steel and aluminium tariffs to take effect on Wednesday. So again, it's just going to get worse, isn't it? Economic news today. We've got the JOLTS openings, and that's a precursor to the CPI numbers, which we will get tomorrow. You can see their US CPI. We'll look at those in more detail tomorrow. But let's have a look at yesterday's sell-off, and we'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, plunging a bit lower, the volume that we've seen over the last few days failing to hold the market. Price is trading down to the 41730 level there, finding a bit of buying. Still a bit of red around there, but trying to bounce off this level overnight and try and get back above that 200 MA. But it's not looking too positive or too bright, is it, with the tariffs only going to be increasing. 30-minute chart, everything was fine until the cash market opened. As you can see, we were stuck in a range there, and then it just fell off a cliff. As you can see, markets overnight finding support at the low of yesterday at the moment, but stuck at the DP and the closes, wedged in between the two there at the moment. So are the big boys and the big players getting out? It certainly begs the question, that's for sure. Well, that said, Germany, down day yesterday, but look at overnight, the market's already starting to come back. There's nothing to stop this German market at the moment heading back to the all-time highs of 23,478. Who knows? Back above the 20-bar moving average overnight there as well. So yesterday in more detail, it had a bit of a sell-off, as you can see, all the way down for most of the session in the 30-minute chart, apart from a few green bars. And as it made its ways down, otherwise it was just you can see the clusters of selling, and then overnight you can see the buying coming back into the market there as well. So at the moment, the DAX piling on the points back to the upside. If we have a quick fib retracement look at this, you'll see that prices are back at 38% and just at the 50 bar moving average, and also the DP as well. So it's going to break through this to keep moving to the upside. But so far so good for the German DAX. It's still wants to be bullish. And in the S&P, another down day for this yesterday. It is technology driven as well. You can see again we've got the cluster of volume trying to make its way back overnight. Where are we in the bigger picture? Well, we've lost nothing yet, have we, when you look at this, and even more so when you look at the monthly chart for the stock markets. There's no major big deal at the moment. Markets are just pulling back, as you can see there. There's the weekly chart back to 62, and also the 50 EMA. And in the daily chart, of course, they've got this cluster of volume down here, and we've also got the market being oversold quite markedly there, so looking to make its way back as well, even if it's a dead cat bounce. The FT100 also trading down to the 78.89 for yesterday as well. And the 30-minute chart, again, you can see that we just sailed all the way down, apart from a few green bars in between. Overnight, the market has pulled back 89% and now moving up. And it's also, as you can see, above the DP there as well, and the 50 EMA, which is what the German DAX is trying to do at the moment as well. So the US dollar yesterday finding support, which wasn't good news for the metals, as they moved lower. They were battered lower, actually. We'll have a look at that in a second. But the dollar's got to break this 103 level there. in order to move lower, and I think that certainly may be the case if Trump continues with his tariffs. I mean, tariffs normally would be positive for the dollar, but it's not on this occasion. It's not working at all, is it? So let's have a look at the metals. So yesterday, the silver market was battered down. That's what I expected on Friday, to be honest with you, the Smackdown Friday, but no, reversing overnight. But don't expect any great shakes, as I've been saying all year with this. Now we'll probably just get into a sideways range once again. There you can see the 130 London job. Now that's a hit job from the LBMA, and then overnight they've tried again, battered the market down, and now come back above the low. Needs to get above the DP and the 50 EMA in order to move higher. Gold still sideways to higher, holding quite well. Just needs to get back through these fib retracement lines, and then the all-time high of 29.54 as well. 30-minute chart of this, you can see there the market sideways until later on in the afternoon. I think on this one, where were we? Yes, 5 p.m. for this, and then it was battered down, and then it hit the low again overnight and is now back above the DP. Just needs to get above the 50 EMA, 200 MA, and the R1 there. That's the next upside target, should it be allowed to move to the upside. And in the gold silver ratio, you can see the last couple of days we've moved higher, and overnight it's just coming back a little bit, but we're going back up to the 92 area by the looks of things, the way silver is being battered again at lunchtime by the LBMA. They certainly wanted to keep the price and on the lid on this. This gold silver ratio should be down at an average of 40. So again, you can see the manipulation here. There's massive demand globally for silver for solar panels and that sort of thing, electronics, but no, it's still being suppressed. Okay, let's have a quick look at yesterday's markets as far as the DAX is concerned and see what it did in the 2-minute chart. So the volatility kicked off really early yesterday. You can see that's 70 to 80% point move, not percent, and then straight back down to the 200 MA, and then making its way back in. It's 7 a.m. It normally isn't like this. So a lot of volatility around at the moment, as you can see, the market and volume, and the market just selling off there, making its way all the way down past the low. Big move yesterday before it found some support and wanted to get back above that low. That didn't hold, as you can see, with the volume coming in there, as prices then bounced once more, but then once it broke the low again, as we headed into this time in the morning, which is about midday, this bar here, this is a 2-minute chart, and that bar is 100 points. So within 2 minutes, the market fell out of bed with 100 points, and then again nearly another 100 points, and then bouncing back. I don't know what it was. I had a look for it, but I couldn't find any news whatsoever. So whether it was just the traders taking advantage, I don't know. But then we had another move to the downside, another third leg as they call it, and then the market moving back up, ready for the afternoon session, which kicked off at 1:30 because of the US moving to daylight savings. Again, lots and lots of volume as it kicked off, back down to the S2, and then we meandered down to the S3, where 90% of the time the market will find support. And it did so in this case before the market was then brought back. Always watch the S3. It's always a good area for potential turning point in the market and bringing it back. And then into the evening, the market just drifting. We're drifting in big ranges, which is very unusual. Certainly dropped off a bit there later on into the evening, as you can see, around 5-6 o'clock, more sort of the size of the bars, 10, 12 points. But big bars at the moment, so that's why we've not seen any signals. The volatility is quite significant, to say the least. So a quick look at the overnight markets, and again, you'll see already it's still only very, very early. It's 6:30 a.m. and you can see this bar here alone is 50 or 60 points. The market's moved up. Let's just out of curiosity, let's just have a look. 78 points. I got that wrong. So 78 points straight off, and that's unprecedented. You don't get that normally. So something big's going on here at the moment. They're trying to keep the markets on the highs for sure. But I think as we go further and further in with these tariffs of Trump's, like I say, a big mistake in my opinion, then we're going to see more on the downside now than we will potentially on the upside. The honeymoon is over, 50 days since Trump was inaugurated, and certainly things have changed without a doubt. Right, also I see that Zelensky's apologised, and the deal is on. So again, be careful on the short side, because when that deal's signed, the DAX being closest to the Ukraine is likely to spike very quickly to the upside as well. Right, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.